Yes, lads and ladies, welcome back to Lily White Lane. Hope you're all okay. Hope you're all doing well. And today I'm going to be bringing you your latest and greatest transfer updates regarding Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. But before we get into the video, make sure if you're new here to smash that subscribe button, hit the like button as hard as you possibly can, and tap that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So we're going to start things off talking about Harry Kane, in that both Manchester United and Manchester City are preparing a bid for the England captain in the summer transfer window, but both Daniel Levy and Jose Mourinho are only willing to let him go for 150 million, no less. Now, I find this to be very, very interesting news, and for me, it could go both ways. It could go that Manchester United are so hungry in signing the striker that they do pay that 150 million. I highly doubt it, as we are in a worldwide pandemic and they're not getting the funds they need to actually buy him. But for me, if we're going to sell any of our top players this summer, it's going to be Heung-min Son, because Levy has put a 90 million price tag on the Korean winger. And if you ask me, teams will be willing to pay 90 million. They won't be willing to pay 150 million. That's way too much, let alone in a worldwide pandemic. But 90 million for Heung-min Son, apparently Juventus are coming after him. Now, if I'm Heung-min Son, I'm getting to a point right now where I'm not loyal, I'm not a Tottenham Hotspur fan, and I've served the club for so many years, given them great moments. It's time I thought about my career. It's time I thought about what I can win. It's time I thought about trophies I can win. And I think if we don't get top four this season, or if we don't get Champions League football, both of these players have a high chance of leaving in the summer transfer window. And finally, the lack of investment from this board, Daniel Levy, Joe Lewis and Enoch, has come back and bitten them up the arse. It really has, because it's getting to a point right now where actually, for the first time in a long time, these players who they've spent way too much money on, and these players who they didn't sign and spent way too less money on, basically kept on turning the deal down, basically saying, this player who you want for 25 million, we're going to try and sign him for 80 million. The years that they've been doing that is finally coming to bite them in the arse, and it is. It's really coming to actually come after them now, because you've got to look at it from a standpoint as we could be sitting here right now as a Tottenham fan base with Bruno Fernandes. If we had Bruno Fernandes, we'd be winning the league. There's no two ways about it. If we had Bruno, we'd be winning the league. Because you look at Manchester United, they're a one-man team. I have to admit, they got good players in the likes of Marcus Rashford, David De Gea, even some would say Luke Shaw right now. He's doing really well this season. But they are a one-man team, because without Bruno Fernandes, they'll be fighting for European football. Let alone Champions League football is basically what they want every single season. So for me, I think Son has a high chance of going in the summer, but Kane, I doubt it. But this summer's definitely the time, if Harry Kane was to go, or if Heung-min Son was to go, that they will be leaving the club, because they've reached their prime of their career and they know in the next couple of years that's going to die down. And honestly, if I'm one of them two, I'm thinking, I'm planning for the future. As much as I want them to be loyal to Tottenham Hotspur, and I think Harry Kane will be, because more so he served the club. He'd come through the youth team. We bought him in basically from being kicked out from Arsenal, and we bought him in, and now he's one of the best players in the world. Yet Heung-min Son, he doesn't have that same loyalty. I hate to admit it, but he loves the club. He absolutely loves Tottenham Hotspur. You know, always runs around with a big smile on his face. I love him. The whole Tottenham fan base does. But does he have that same passion like Harry Kane does? Let's be honest here, no, because you got to look at it as Harry Kane's home has always been Tottenham Hotspur. Son has played for all these other big clubs, Bayern, Leverkusen, and he played there with a smile on his face and really happy. And I love Sonny. But do I think he'll go this summer? If Juventus put in that 90 million bid, I do. Nevertheless, this has been the video, guys. Thank you for watching. And as always, come on, you Lily Whites.